I realized today that I am still very, very bitter about my time at DSP. And I don't even want to blame the whole company for this because there were some people who I felt like were my friends when I was at DSP. And the second that shit went south, they kind of fell off at the wayside with me. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to mention names, but I'm gonna mention names. There was a gentleman by the name of Alan who he was older than me, and I kind of looked at him. He was like this wise old dude who had good advice, and he was funny, and we had developed a friendship, and we were friends on Facebook, and I thought he was real cool. Now, admittedly, I got fired from DSP under some bizarre circumstances, but it was my fault. It was some things that I should have taken care of in my past that I didn't. It caught up with me. I didn't feel like that was a firing offense, but for a company that deals strictly with public image, I get why they let me go. No big deal. But I expected that the people who were my friends to continue to be my friends, but there's the rule of work friends are work friends because you work together. And I expected that there may be a distance between us because I didn't want to talk to them about what they were doing at work, and we probably kind of fall off. But Alan was pissed at me. He was legitimately upset that I had gotten let go for something he thought was stupid. And he was very vocal about it on my Facebook page. And I remember, I'm not afraid to tell you, it kind of hurt my feelings. Like, wow, man, I thought you were my homie, and this is how you treat me. Now, fast forward to today, where I see him out there in the corner in his ugly ass fucking Bumblebee shirt, still doing his thing, and here I am, uniform, all decked out, badge and whatnot. I'm ready, right? So I see him, and I walk over to him, and he's like, "Good afternoon, sir." And, "Good afternoon, sir." And we shake hands, and he's like looking me up and down, and he's like, "Uniform looks good on you." It's like, "Thank you, sir." I go in the store, and I'll grab a soda or whatever, and I leave. And he's like, "All right, man. I'll see you later, man. Do a good job." And I was like, "You too, Bumblebee." See, Bumblebee was the expression that a lot of people use for the guys because the shirt was yellow with black letters. And it's probably the most unintimidating, unassuming nickname you could give a group of people. For people who were supposed to be viewed as community service guides, homeless outreach coordinators, peacekeepers, and eyes and ears for the local police department, they called us the most unassuming thing ever: bumblebees. And I hated it. I always hated it. I never acknowledged the idea that I was a bumblebee. But that was the nickname. Maybe it was meant to be affectionate. Maybe it was meant to be condescending. I personally took great insult to it. So when I said it in such a way like I am insulting you with the nickname that you don't even realize is insulting. You see, I've for, I've forgiven Alan for what happened, but motherfucker, I don't forget. I remember how when I needed somebody in the company to go to bat for me, somebody who had the longevity of an Allen, who had been there for like 10, 12 years, he easily could have been like, "Hey man, let's give this guy another chance. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what can happen." For a guy who I thought was my friend, who used to tell me, stories about his wife and his kids, and I would tell him about my wife and my son, I expected more from somebody who claimed to be my friend. Like, if we're just work associates, fine, we're work associates, no big deal. But to say we're friends, and then to act like that, I was really bothered. The only guy at this moment who I still consider from DSP a friend, and since we're calling out names, is my boy Mike. Mike is still cool with me now. Again, I'm being a man here. We're opening up, right? I'm not afraid to tell you I may have overestimated my friendship with Mike because I don't get along with guys. Me and guys, we just not cool. Most guys with that, I gotta be tough and macho and do these things, and that's just not me. So me and guys don't tend to get along. So when me and Mike started getting real cool to the point that he was telling me stuff about him and his wife and his kids, and I was talking about my wife and my son, and me and his wife are friends on Facebook. He's friends with Asia on Facebook. To me, I was like, duh. At some point, Mike was in line for best friend material. I was like, hey, here we go. I'll have a male friend that I can actually click with. This would be cool. Honestly, I don't think he was feeling the same way about it. Whatever, no big deal. We settled into this thing. I see him now. There's a lot of respect there. Even if I have more respect for him than he has for me at this point, there's mad respect for Mike. It really is. But again, we talking. These are work friends, and the fact that we are as cool as we are after I haven't been in that company for years kind of says something to me. So it's cool. But as you can see, I'm hiding out in the bathroom again. Not even I'm hiding out. I'm on a break. I get to take a break. But there's nowhere for me to be on my break. So I decided to come here just to get away from my station, try to relax for a few minutes. I'm going to head back out in a minute. It's Friday. So just trying to get through the rest of the day. Tomorrow is my last day of working. Then I'm off Sunday. We've already picked up all our goodies and we're prepared to go out and have a good time. So we'll go out. We're not gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna order a pizza. We're gonna watch Netflix and we just gonna chill. Ha! Netflix and chill. So that's really the plan. But I really just wanted to come out here and kind of open up a bit and kind of convey that to you. See, I think it's very important, at least to me, to feel respected at work, and that's something that I never really got at DSP. I never felt like I threw on the yellow shirt and it commanded this authority or respect. Not that I wanted to be feared. I just wanted people to go, hey, that guy's doing a good job. Look at him. And I get that here. At least twice a day somebody comes up to me and they're just like, hey, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for what you do. And it's like, man, I feel like I'm in the military. Like people coming up to me and thanking me for my service. It's humbling. It really is. I finally have a position where I feel respected for what I do. I feel like I'm good at what I do. And it's acknowledged. I always just wanted to be acknowledged. I was so desperate at DSP for Phil to acknowledge. Phil's our supervisor. I just wanted Phil to acknowledge, wow, Harris, you do a good job around here. Thanks a lot. Even if it didn't come with a raise, even if it didn't come with a promotion, I just wanted somebody to say, good job, Harris. Or I would even do something on the radio, and I'll say, hey, there was this issue. I cleared it up. And my immediate supervisor, he wasn't even like high up on the food chain. If he would just say, hey, good job, Harris, I would have been okay. But you just never got that. It was just expected that you were this lifeless, emotionless drone who just did his job. And you only got noticed if you screwed something up. And I hated that. That, not the case here. While there's a similarity here, like, no news is good news at this job. If nobody says anything to me, then that means there was no complaints filed. Everything went smoothly, and from a company standpoint, it's fine. And understand that they have at this site alone, there's at least 50 guards on duty at any given time. So to be able to stand out, the only way to stand out is just to be the guy who doesn't get any complaints. So I come to work and I do my job. I stay visible. I talk to people, and I'm good at that. And even if the company isn't acknowledging it on a daily basis, enough people walk up to me and just talk to me and say, hey, we're glad you're here. Or somebody walks up to me and they're just opening up about their lives and just saying, hey, here's what's going on. It's like, that's enough for me. This is everything that I need it to be. It really is. I'm good. I was talking to another guard today, and he was like, so is this a stepping stone for you? What's next for you? Like, after this, he was going into law enforcement. It's like, nope, I'm good here. Like, I'm 5'9", 280 pounds. I can't say 280 no more. I done lost like 19 pounds. I'm like 260 pounds now. But this is what I need to be doing. I'm a security guard. I secure things. I get to talk to people and get to know them and share bits and pieces about my life, and they tell me about theirs, and it's like, this is all I need. I'm good. And if we do go union eventually and there's just more money involved for doing the same thing, that's even better. So I'm good where I am. But when it comes to my level of bitterness towards DSP and the people who work there, it just basically still comes down to I forgive you. Like I'm so beyond you guys now. I'm so done with that. It's so 2014. Like whatever. But I won't forget. I'll always remember how I was treated as less than a person, how I was just any old employee, like you could have swapped out my yellow shirt and given it to anybody else, and you felt like the same job would have been done. So no, my work was never acknowledged. I was never told that I did well. So you don't think enough of me to tell me that I was doing a good job. Why would I let you occupy time and space in my life now at a point where things in my life are fucking great? Like things are just outstanding now. You know what? Now I'm just beating a dead horse. You guys already know this. Life is real good. I'm out of debt. You know, I got money in my pocket. All is well. Like all is. The last second, he was like 4 inches away from the side of the train. So what? You don't call that in? Anyway, like now that I'm in this good place and all things are going well, I don't have time to be bitter about an old job. That's like me going, oh, I can't believe that I used to work at Tubby Submarine in Fairlane Mall and they fired me. Who cares? That shit's the past. I'm looking forward now. Let's go.